You're right there, Abel.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. Wait 10 minutes. All right, let's go, baby.
I love it. Your Zoom life is like mine. You're like literally doing 100 things all at once. How are you? This is a flipping crazy time. We're talking over Zoom. How is this lockdown? I know you live in Italy now. How's it all been for you?
We're hanging tough, man. No one asked for it, and you got to deal with it. It's a nightmare, but it is what it is, and you got to figure out how to make the best of it. Man.
Do you think you are because you've got a film at London Film Festival? You're doing these interviews.
I got my thing. I get to play. Here, come over here. Come over here.
Who's with you? Hello, I can see you. I can slightly. Yeah, I can a little bit.
Yeah, stand up so she can see you.
Hello.
Stand up.
Yay! How are you doing?
Hey, this is here.
Come on over, say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Go on. Oh, bless.
Yeah, this is my daughter.
Oh, bless. Hi. How's you? You don't want to talk to me, do you? I hope you're enjoying lockdown.
How are you?
Is she going to do the interview for you? This will be fun.
No, she's just kidding.
Are you a fan of Dad's films? Is she? You're probably not even allowed to check out Dad's films, are you?
No, but she's in the movie, right? Did you see the movie? She's in it.
Well, I love this, Abel. You're literally at home with the family whilst promoting a brand new movie, which is
right. Isn't that good? Here, let me have the. Okay, you can have it. Yeah, isn't that great? That makes it all. It's the silver lining in the nightmare of the pandemic.
Your soul is outside of you and you must claim it.
I have to say, it's the one that provoked the most reaction from me. You literally do not mess about. You are doing whatever you want. You're unapologetic and fearless. I know this has always been you, but I feel like a lot of filmmakers aren't like that.
I don't know. I was raised during the 60s, I don't know. The Rolling Stones, John Lennon, Bob Dylan, I don't know. I was a teenager in a very creative period of the world. So, my artistic heroes are more like Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison, and the movies from that era, Godard, so it's like free spirit, more free spirited, I would say.
Your mate and working partner, Willem Dafoe, has described you as an extension. He describes himself as an extension of your work, which I think is like a really nice thing to say. How do you see him when it comes to your work?
He's the actor in the troupe, he's the actor in the group. So he's the one who has got to basically, it's a communal thing and we're all there doing it, but there's one person in front of the camera, and that's him. And he's got to carry, there's other actors in the movie, but whenever any actor is in front, they're the one that the hopes and dreams of the movie's riding on. And, they've got to be there, they got to believe it, and they got to, really, we connect in a lot of ways, and that's the reason we work together.
The thing is, you guys are like Hollywood boys. You've been there from day one, always consistently putting out movies, but you're both living in Italy, which to me is really interesting. Right. I'm wondering, in an industry that isn't always the most genuine, how you've managed to keep these tight relationships, these good guys that you seem to have stayed kind of tight with for the whole time.
Well, coming to Rome is one of them. Moving outside of LA helps. For me, moving out of New York helps. Respecting what it is. We're independent filmmakers from the beginning. So, and I'm lucky enough to still be working with a lot of the same people that I worked with when I first started, which was like 1,000 years ago. And I respect those relationships, and I'm happy for them. And when I find myself drifting from what are really my roots, what I'm really about. It doesn't work for me, so I'm like grateful, and I work at it.
The film is absolutely a mind F. Like, I literally was like, what the hell is going on right now? Imagination, nightmare, dreams. I don't even know what, but lots of like violence and nudity and just this kind of confusion constantly of what is going on. Almost like dark thoughts that none of us ever want to bring to the surface.
Right.
Can you tell me a little bit about this one? Because I think people are going to be...
You just explained it perfectly. You just explained it perfectly. Yeah, dark thoughts that you don't want to bring to the surface, but we're trying to. And the darker and the more, buried they are, the more we're trying to uncover them. We're trying to go to where we're really, the things that really make us scared and things that make us uncomfortable. And we're trying to deal with them in the light, to bring them out and act them out and go through them and exercise them, from our lives and from our, with our work, and share that to people who are watching it. You said it perfectly.
It's interesting though, because you say it's so matter of fact, but a lot of people aren't like that. A lot of people do actually, when they sit down and edit, they think about how is the audience going to consume this work? Is this going to be mainstream successful? Do we need to cut things out? Yeah, you felt like you didn't cut anything, Abel. That's what it felt like to me.
No, I mean, there's a lot weird, but when you start thinking about anybody but yourself in the process, when you start thinking of the audiences, you're diminishing the audience. You're like demeaning the audience. You are the audience. In the end game, I'm sitting there watching a film. Yeah. And what audience am I talking about? The audience that's going to watch it in London, the audience that's going to watch it 100 years from now on the moon. Which audience? The audience that's accidentally getting it over the fucking internet somewhere in fucking, South America. Who knows? You know what I mean? Anybody who starts dictating to their preconception of an audience, you're jerking yourself off, man.
You just described yourself as an independent filmmaker. Although you've worked with some incredible people and you've had success over such a long time in your career, it's interesting you still see yourself that way. What do you hope your legacy is going to be, Abel? Like, when people think about Abel Ferrara and the movies he's given to us, what would you like people to think?
I mean, it's like that. I wouldn't even begin to know where to answer that question. What's my legacy? The people who I've been good to, they're going to have good thoughts about me. The people I've fucked over, they're going to have negative thoughts about me. Films are the films. The films are mine. The films are, the films reflect all those names at the end of the movie, all those companies, all those people, all those thank yous. The film is a reflection of the people that made it.
Yeah, and my final question, the BFI London Film Festival. You are a festival king. You're now doing things remotely, which you're probably missing all the, I don't know if you are missing the travelling. How does it feel to be amongst these films? Because we're living in this really kind of politically aware time with Black Lives Matter, LGBTQ, just people much more aware of like speaking out.
Again, that's where I came from. You know what I mean? When I raised, it was John Kennedy and Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, it was a women's movement, Jermaine Greer, the whole gang of them, So I came from a very radical out front. I was always wondering where all that went, So I'm like, this is my time, This is speak up, speak out, don't be afraid.
Love that. Great message to end with. Enjoy Rome, enjoy your daughter, have fun, and thank you so much for taking time out.
See you when I'm in London, girl.
Bye.